Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 42, day 3. It is a green day, and it is also our last consecutive Guild Wars ever. Well, not ever, but you know, this week, since next week will be the first raids ever. So, yeah, we won't have Guild Wars next week, so that'll feel really, really weird. But let's continue. We are going to be running with a new mechanic, the immune to mana drain. I don't know if it's actually going to be applicable on any of these battles, but we are going to be running with pretty much the same tune we've been doing. But you guys have been noticing, like I've been saying, I've been trying to practice by using Dark Maiden in my teams. The reason for this is we knew all elves were going to be getting immune to mana drain this patch. So now you can see we have a Dark Maiden in first slot that now has immune to mana drain, immune to silence. That alone, that combination is really good. Immune to fairy fire and immune to web. Those other two are pretty irrelevant, but of course the immune to mana drain plus the immune to silence combo is the main thing we're going to be utilizing here. So basically just get a quick Maiden, get our convert, get something filled, get Glitter Claw like we normally do, get Yasmin going crazy, and hopefully go good from there. It looks like he's using that really annoying Siren team, but we'll just have to deal with it. Double check one last time that it is indeed a green day, and it is, so let's just get into it. And hopefully we'll be up against like a Scion or something so we can actually test Dark Maiden's new mana drain ability. It's something I haven't really been able to use as a mechanic actually yet. Of course, that's one of the main new mechanic features that came into the game, but haven't really had many instances. Kind of weird. I think it's mainly because most people already saw that was coming, so they ended up switching their teams accordingly, so not that many people are running mana drain anymore. That could have been what the deal was with it, but yeah, I'm not quite sure why we're not really seeing any more mana drains. Figures when the counter comes up, they all stop using it, but that kind of makes sense. Just a lot more people are aware of it than I initially anticipated. No, we'll go with that. Get some mana immediately. He's going to get that Siren. Oh, that's actually a little bad. Luckily, it's feeding into a mana that's not too helpful for him, but he's going to get a second one right there. Wow, a lot of value for him. Do we have anything good we can do, though, to kind of counter that out some? Not really. We'll most likely have to let it take another poke, so we'll just go to full mana here. We do have some alignment. Unfortunately, it's just going to go right back into what we already have. So that's not really going to profit us much, though it does, I believe, profit us some, so we will go for it. Never mind. Nope. It actually doesn't, but it does keep a heal on us. I might need to go back to the original order I had it in. I did used to have this guy in front of the Dark Maiden. I kind of switched it in hoping that we could utilize the webs and the mana immunity a little bit more, but there is a possibility we might have to switch it back to what it was before. So we'll move that over for now. That gives us Yasmin, and from here we can pretty much go crazy. We do indeed have the alignment, so we just throw that down, start throwing Yasmin until we win, and ooh, it would miss. And he does go for the extra turn. He does get the damage. Not good. We can get some mana there. Go for the poke. Looks like we'll go for the green convert though. Get that going. We still have this poke, though it's only going to do, well, just that, just a single poke. I'd be better off just taking some mana here. Deliberately, do we take the green? I am. It's going to make it so we have less to work with, but he's entangled and everything anyway, so that's not too big a deal. We don't have any alignment, so we'll just go throw Yasmin down. Again, that missed. We did not land it, wow. And he got the explosion, very lucky. He better not have got a magic buff. We could actually lose this. Okay, good, he didn't get the magic buff. Yep, we got one killed, and I have no way of reviving that. Well then, we'll throw that down. And down it goes, but yeah, that was a lot of green misses right there. Not what I want to see. Let's see, what are we up against next? Same thing. Oh, it's just going to be everyone running this, isn't it? Well, we'll still keep going. Hoping we find some mana drains, though. Also, hello everyone. Hello William. Hello Teutonic. Hello Vartenbull. Hello Pip 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 Pip. Hello Lorem or Lormrin. Hello Griffin. Hello Derek. Hello Captain. Hello Aaron. Hello Trey. Hello other Aaron. Hello Dennis. Hello Maturlus. Hello Smith. And hello Marcelo. Welcome all. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we'll go move that over. Right off the bat, we'll want to get Dark Maiden up, of course. And there's no way to do that. Good job. We'll go move that, I guess. Get a little bit of mana. I need to get that quick right if we can, and we can. So, oh, or do we let a poke? He does very little when webbed, but I'm not going to go for it. Yeah, I'm going to go for the crystallize just to make sure it gets mana, even if we don't have any sitting around. We'll go for that. That takes away our alignment, but it gives us the mana we need, which hopefully will be enough. I'm going to throw a blank Yasmin here. It's definitely going to miss, almost 100% chance. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and get, what's her name up? The Aurora. And now we could throw something like that onto green if we really wanted to, or even just go for the Fairy Fire here, because we're going to miss anyways. We might as well do the miss with the thing that's guaranteed miss right now. So we'll do that. And now we can go, just move that over, just move them next to each other, and then go for the infinite loop right here. And it should be a good enough board setup to keep it going the entire time, and of course it doesn't. Good job. And, well, plan B is hopefully it doesn't go crazy here, and then we could just cast something. Okay, that was annoying, but still easy to come back from. It gives all of our mana back that we need. Just move that so there's less stuff on the board. Same as that. Throw the Yasmin down. Wow, our misses are bad today. This team has been giving me some pretty bad luck. I might need to retire it for something else. When it does work, it works well. It's just, it's not working well too much, which is a nuisance. I'm trying to find a good convert or something here. We have red, though that's kind of counterproductive. I can't do green. I could do this on green, but our chance of missing is really high. Like, if that one missed, that would be understandable. Yeah, that's the one that actually hits. Good job. Really? The one that shouldn't even hit hits. But I'm not going to question it, as long as it does what it needs to do. And down it goes. Hello, this Von D Psych. Hello D, hello Mike, hello Alanso, hello RapPF, hello Adam, welcome, welcome. Did you find the gnome last night? Yes, I did. We're currently up to the amount you see on the corner there. What is that, 12 or 13? We're currently up to 12 gnomes. We have gotten 20 times gems 6 times, 5 times diamonds once, 4 gems once, 3 event keys once, 20,000 gold once, 30,000 gold once, and 500 souls once. I'm going to try keeping track of it, I believe, until 100 kills. I don't know if I'm always going to keep it up. Ideally, what I want to have happen, though I'm not sure if it's going to happen, is hopefully the Vault event will be this Friday, running from Friday to Sunday. And if that is indeed the case, we will be able to get all the data we need for it then. Okay, here. We might finally be able to use that mana drain immunity that we have after so many battles. So right here, what we're basically going to do is... he has that thing. There's a 1 in 4 chance he will misclick and hit our first slot. Ideally, I need him to hit our first slot. That might be somewhat easy to do, somewhat hard. It really depends. It's going to most likely hit on whatever is the highest mana cost. That should be somewhat easy to do on the first slot, though it does only have a 10 mana cost, so could be difficult. We'll have to see. We'll go for a yellow to yellow here. Didn't get it. I'm trying to get the Maiden up. I mean the Aurora up at this point, because we're already so close. Get the web on him. Web actually doesn't have any effect, though, does it? Nope. Never mind. Well, that's not actually too relevant. So I'm going to not create green here. I'm going to take his green. I'm waiting for him to use his ability. Or do we? Because we do have alignment right here, and we can start going. I think I want to wait for him to miss. So I am going to wait a turn. We'll do that. He'll double. Oh, he actually landed it! Wow, okay. That is really bad. I basically have to wait out my turns now until something happens. I did not expect them to land that. Wow, yeah, that's really bad actually. Let me go and throw this on green, I guess. He has the drain. Oh! Aw, never mind. He's gonna go for it on the thing. There's not a single thing I can do about it. It doesn't have immune to mana drain or anything. I could throw a poke, but he's just gonna get a bunch of greens and freezes. I could try for an extra turn, but he's still frozen, so we don't have that color available. Oh, we do have brown available, though. We have brown and purple. Do either of those extra turn, or even have any kind of weird cascade that might happen? Not really. Though I guess I could try it, just to see if it happens. So we're gonna go for it. Nope. All we did was get another freeze, so that's even worse. And now another freeze. At least that only hits on barriers, but still, not that good. We'll just go throw that down, get a bunch of mana back, if nothing else. No extra turn, because we're pretty much frozen on everything at this point. Yep, not that good. We'll go through that for some split damage. Of course, we lose our turn, and he gets everything again. Come on. This has like a 50% win rate, too, when I was using it. Apparently, it's still really annoying, even after the nerf that it got. That is still true, as you can see. Okay, good news. We are cleansed, so let's get going already. Throw that onto green there. Oh, wait, never mind. First slot's not cleansed. We're not cleansed. Looked like we were cleansed. I see they still made freeze ridiculously hard to see. Okay, he doesn't have full mana on anything. We'll have to take that 5 times, because obviously we don't want him having it. He has absolutely everything ready to go. I guess we throw this onto green and just kind of go from there. There's this one turn over here, but can't really do much about it. Or do we take it? We don't gain much of a benefit from an extra turn, do we? We get an entangle. But we might entangle something that's already entangled. I guess we'll go for it. Oh, we're not even frozen on blue. Okay, never mind. That's perfect. Okay, wait. Yeah, we're still frozen on one. I was going to say, are we not frozen on anything? If we could get unfrozen on everything, we have a chance of winning this. Problem is, that's not happening. We'll throw this down, I guess, for a poke. We need to do something here to try to land one of them down. I could go for an extra turn, I believe. We could do it on blue. The only problem with that is there's almost no benefit to doing that. So we'll just throw that down. It's slightly annoying that it has fireproof. So we'll go for that. It's almost more annoying than it's immune to freeze. Because now we can't even fairy fire it. Okay, what do we do here? We're still frozen on green, so I can't just convert everything into something. Our converts right now is basically just red, if we want to go for it. We have red and brown. Brown actually would work some. I'm going to go for it, I guess. Nothing else, we get some entangles on him. Not enough for full mana. If we could get that to full mana without it getting drained, that'd be great. Though he's just going to get drained, or she's going to get drained, I mean. We could go for a Skull Poke here. Again, we're still frozen, so can't really go for much else. Extra turn to extra turn, but both of them are blocked. Neither of them will actually give it to us. So yeah, I believe the Skull is the way to go. He'll take that, get another freeze. Get the drain, though it does kind of miss. Nothing we can really get this on. Oh, yes. Never mind. Do we have it on blue right now? No, we do not, but we can take that turn. Throw it on purple. Ooh, that's not too bad. Oh, wait, we are frozen on purple. No, I forgot. You have purple, too. No! Oh, I gotta go for it now. I can't not go for it. We already went into it. Okay, we'll get a Yasmin down. That gets the kill. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna lose to Mass Freeze. Yep. I guess I gotta bring out the Anti-Freeze. And Queen Mab dies to it. Nope. That's not gonna work out. Yeah, I use the same thing. It has about, not as high of a win rate this week, but it's 511 right now. So yeah, it still gets those really lucky kills in there. That is for sure. And that's mainly because Freeze is so ridiculously good against greens. So, okay, we can keep this for now. Let me go move it back to the original setup. I think the biggest issue here is we're not getting that quick enough Glitter Claw. I keep going for the other convert, and it's not working out that well. Trying to use it. And it's not like we're even up against mana drains. I was hoping we'd be able to utilize that more, but no one's running mana drain today. Green isn't really that common of a day to run it, so that might be why. Most people this day are running either Goblins or that Freeze team we just saw with the Nyx and everything. And even nerfed, it's still insanely good. Okay. We'll take the red down, hopefully get a green drop. We didn't get it, so he gets a bunch of value there. He has his ability. That's the least threatening one, as long as he doesn't have a magic buff, though. So right here, we can go for Red Surge. That would give us Crystallize, though we kind of already have its mana. I can go for green as well, though that's kind of pointless. Oh, wow, it didn't surge. Good job. Because we need to keep the greens on the board for all of our abilities. Really wish I had full mana right now, so I'm going to have to waste an entire turn to get it. We can go on brown now. Not the most ideal color, but it will give us okay amount of mana, so we'll go for that. That is indeed full. And I don't believe we have alignment on this, but throwing a Yasmin should bring it into play. There we go, we got it. And that should just be the win from here if we have alignment. And we do. We have it all the way at the bottom there. So we throw that down to get it off the Cascade. And that's just the win. There we go. It didn't miss this time for once, finally. And this is the normal reason why I use that team. I guess I can only use it against the Goblins. Hey, we gained our level. Yay. And of course, leveling now, as I mentioned earlier, does give the new level up screen. Or not the new level up screen. It gives you masteries all the way up to level 1,500 now. Instead of the previous, when it was only up to 1,000. Where are those gnomes? They are everywhere, pretty much, except for Guild Wars. They are in PvP, Explore, Challenges, and in Arena. I believe they might be in Quest as well, though I'm not certain on that. Yeah, pretty much anywhere that isn't a competitive area, aside from PvP, they are located. Where do I go? The chance of finding them is way ridiculously low right now. My average has been 1 every 3 hours. About 1 in every 500 battles has been my average since they nerfed it. It was a lot higher of a rate earlier, but then they nerfed it by insane amounts. I really wish they would rework it some, the normal rate of it. Even if they nerfed the drop table some. Okay, we'll go and throw down... what do we even need to throw down here? I guess we go for Dark Maiden onto green. As long as that does an extra turn for him, we're fine with that. I was double checking all the options we have here, just to make sure that's okay, and it seems good enough. We'll go for that. Get our convert. Aw, he would get that off the cascade. Luckily, he doesn't have free, so that's not as punishing as the other one. Actually, that barely even does anything to us. I just need this not to miss in the corner. And, of course, it does. Good job. And good. He didn't do anything too crazy. So we should be good to go from here. We throw this onto green. And we kind of just loop from there, get everything up, keep throwing Yasmin. Ideally, she doesn't miss ever. And that'll be match. And that is match. There we go. Well, we lost the one. It's probably going to be like, what, a 7,000 or so, or 8,000, whatever it normally does with one lose. And let's see. Yep, 7,903. Well, I guess it's not too bad for one lose. You know you did really good with one lose if you hit over 8,000. Well, we didn't. We did a little bit below that, but... yeah, we did lose once. That loses us about 1,400, 1,500 points or so. Somewhere around that general ballpark. But for the most part, I believe we're still in good standings. We have an entire person who hasn't done a single battle yet this week. So the second they get in here, we shoot all the way up to, at minimum, like 4th place, maybe 3rd. Would be great if we could actually get top 2 so we can go head back to bracket 1 again. Though, then again, I'm not quite sure exactly how bracket movement will work now. Because you have to keep in mind, bracket movements, there's new game modes now. So these other game modes don't really have the brackets like Guild Wars does. So I assume it still retains your bracket and everything. Not quite sure what's fully up with that. I guess they would have to remember it for 2 weeks and then it comes back. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird because I don't believe raid bosses or invasion have any kind of bracket to them. Instead of a bracket system, you gain rewards based on your guild's contributions into it. Like, for example, with invasions, I believe you get rewards for your guild based on how many towers you siege and destroy. And with raid bosses, it's based on how many portals you open and such. But the personal rewards that you get, like the leaderboards for these things, in Guild Wars, it's based on your cumulative score of the entire guild. But for raid bosses and invasions, I believe it's based on an individual basis, not on the guild. You still claim rewards for guild-wide, but your actual personal score goes on a personal leaderboard. So even if your guild is doing pretty bad, if you are doing insanely good at these, you will still be on that leaderboard to get additional resources. You won't be getting all of your other allies additional resources, but you'll still be getting whatever the top prizes are for placing, like 1st, 10th, 100th, maybe top 1,000. It'll probably be similar to the PvP leaderboard, except with slightly better rewards. For any of you that don't know, there actually is a PvP leaderboard. Most people don't really try for it much because it's pretty bad rewards for how long it takes to actually get there. But if you go look at tier rewards, if you or not tier rewards, those you get automatically. But these rewards, it gives everyone who does at least 1,000 starts giving arcane trait stones. And this was added way back when arcane trait stones basically first came into the game. And similarly, the leaderboard set up for these two things for, oops, I keep clicking the wrong one. The leaderboard system set up for raid bosses and invasions both have the power orbs on it. So similar to how PvP first initialized the arcane trait stones and everything when trait stones first came out, making it easier for people to get, raid bosses and invasions will essentially be doing the exact same thing with their leaderboards. To what degree you'll be able to get them, we do not know, but that is what they're going to be doing, and they're going to be the main primary way of even gaining those orbs. Of course, the other means of getting them right now is spam explore. I do not really advise doing this, though. It takes so much time. I seriously took at minimum 3 hours earlier this morning, or not earlier this morning, like a couple hours ago, when I did that video, to try to get a gnome just to show up for the video. But this is currently, to my knowledge, the best way of finding a gnome. They are so rare, but if you are seeking one out, basically just spam explore with whatever the event troop bonus is. So like right now we're gaining additional 400 gold per explore battle we do, and this is on top of the rewards that we're already getting. So we're getting about 900 gold per battle on top of the chance for a gnome, as well as the standard trait stone grind. But yeah, that's how I've been finding most of my gnomes so far. I am doing this, I'm really hoping they do the vault event next, or like tomorrow. But if they aren't, I'll probably stop trying to farm gnomes for a little bit. I've been trying to put a main focus onto that, mainly because I want to get the vault and try to get some power orbs. At this current moment in time until Monday, trying to find them is basically the only way to get power orbs. Which is a really weird way to release new content initially, because he's so rare, but yeah, it's worth a shot. Maybe we'll find one this stream. If we don't find it within like 15 minutes or so, I'm probably just going to go back to normal PvP for the rest of the time in dungeons and all that. But I do want to at least tempt it for like 10 minutes or so, see if we can find at least one more gnome. If nothing else, we'll have 1 billion arcanes by the end of this. I have gotten more arcanes in the past 2 days than I probably have in the last 2 months. trying to farm these things. Or at least it feels like that with how many drops we've been getting. Between when the event came out and now, I think I've gotten about 50 arcane trait stones approximately. Maybe even more than that. I haven't been keeping track of the exact amount, obviously. So I know it's about 10 per hour, roughly. So I've been doing it definitely for quite a few hours. At least minimum, we've been farming 8 hours total. Yet we've only gotten 12 gnomes, and 9 of those were when they were really common to drop. The other 3 were when they completely nerfed the drop rate for the gnomes. 0.2 per hour? Are you seriously getting 0.2 per hour? Oh wait, never mind. That's what you said with the thing. How many you were getting. I thought you said you're getting... Okay, I read that wrong. I thought you meant you were getting one every 20 minutes. I was gonna say, wait. That's a really good rate if you're getting them every 20 minutes. I would love to get them every 20 minutes. That's what they were when they first came out. It was like 1 every 10 minutes or so. 1 every 12 minutes, somewhere around there. Now it's like 1 every 3 hours or so. 1 every 2-3 hours. But you never know, you could get lucky. Also, be careful on the final screen there. I didn't mention this earlier during the 3.3 changes, because I didn't really think it was that relevant. But be careful when you do the extra turn thing, or not the extra turn, when you click the play again button. If you click it too quickly, it'll actually not click it. So if we go and do this, oh wait, never mind, it did it that time. But sometimes if you click too quickly there, it will not click the play again button, because it has like a small fade-in delay thing. And if you click too quickly, it'll sometimes not click the button, but will instead skip past the battle. And then you have to go through all the screens again. So sometimes it's better just to wait that 1 second and then just click on it. It's still way quicker than going through all the menus again. Like right here, let me see. Oh no, it's actually, never mind, I think they fixed it. Never mind, ignore what I just said. Before, if you click too quickly there, it would basically skip your battle. But apparently they fixed a delay on it, so never mind, you can just spam click it. For the most part, it seems like it's working, as long as you're clicking right on the button and not to the side. Oh, it didn't work that time. That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, it's really finicky. Sometimes it wants to do it, sometimes it doesn't. I hope they do fix that completely later, because it's really random. I have no clue what I did differently that time that made it not work. It was the same spam click that I was doing the first time. Strange. Yeah, let's just spam click it again. Yeah, I did it again. Yeah, if you spam click too... I guess it's on a certain frame if you do it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, just like wait a half a second or so. Because if you have to go through all the menus, you're wasting more time than if you were to just spam clicked it. Oh, they lived. And 2 of them lived too, that's even more annoying. If 1 only lived, then we could just take it out with a skull, but... yeah, we do have him. He's slowing us down slightly. It's not really that big a deal that he's slowing us down, because he's giving us 400 extra gold per battle, but still. A little annoying. We're gonna move that. Take the blue here. Never mind, we can't even take the blue. Here, have that. I love how I just gave him more skulls to hit us with. Here you go, Shegra. And at least we get the kill out of that. Let's see. What's the current gnome spawn per hour? It's about 1 every 3 hours, about, on the gnomes. Anything heard about arena fixes since it's completely broken because of Dawnbringer? They have not mentioned anything for arena fix. Hopefully that will come soon, TM. At this current moment in time, I have no clue what they're planning on for it. I do know that arena is very broken right now. What they are doing, they haven't decided yet. I've been pretty much staying away from arena for the most part. Though it did seem like we had a pretty good rate of gnomes earlier. I don't know if that was just because we got lucky or what. But we did end up getting a gnome just randomly earlier after several hours of farming it in normal battles like Explore. And then we just randomly find one in Arena. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it's a higher rate here. I believe it's the same exact rate and we just happen to have gotten lucky though. That'd be weird if they set it to different rates for different game modes. Alright, we'll do it like 1 more time, then maybe we'll go do just standard PvP, do dungeons, all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if they can show up in dungeons or not. Not like it would matter much, there's only 3 dungeon battles per day anyways. We're gonna move all that over, throw a Sunbird. Also, I wonder if we'll get to see some new dungeons. I wasn't even paying attention to that the other day, let's go do that now. They did add some new dungeon variants, so we don't have to see the exact same thing over every single time. Though I believe all 3 of these are the exact same thing, so scratch that. It's like, they'll be unique. Nope, still not. Maybe they'll start running the unique ones starting next week, because they might have still had them set to the previous ones this week since the patch came in midweek. They should change map to only freeze on blue extra turns. I don't think they have any troops set up like that. I don't know if they could actually do that. They have things that trigger on extra turns and things that trigger on color. I don't think they have a single troop that triggers only on an extra turn color, though. But yeah, Queen Mab is very annoying. She's one of the strongest... she has one of the strongest traits in the game, the freeze, whenever she takes an extra turn. There aren't too many traits really stronger than that. It's not only annoying, but also super strong. Let's see. Yeah, normally you don't want to use spam against a, you never want to use extra turn spam against Queen Mab. I just normally can't be bothered to switch every single time I see a Queen Mab. Unless it's almost every single battle that we're facing, in which case I would. But normally when I'm doing Guild Wars, I like to stick with just one team and test it for the entire time to see how it scores. If we keep switching it, we won't really know how each individual team that we're using is performing overall. So even if we do end up losing, I do like sticking with, for the most part, unless we're really just completely getting rolled, I like to stick with the same team for the entire time, just to get some data on what it really scores within Guild Wars. What do we do here? We'll just go take the purple, and then go throw down the Sunbird there. You've been using Gorgolfa, Sunbird, 2 times Firebomb, and you've had as many as 12 reds on the board, and used a bomb, only gaining 2 mana. Have you observed the same? No, I don't believe so. Where is your Firebomb placed? Like, is your red placed behind your Firebomb? Because it might have the same glitch that Bombbot has, in that it generates its mana into the dead troop that is right there. So for example, if we put a first slot Firebomb, let's say we had Firebomb in first slot, but our Sunbird is in second, and we throw down a Firebomb, we will only generate purple mana, not red. The reason for this is because the red mana will go into the Firebomb that just died. It goes in order of it uses all of its mana, then you accumulate all the mana, and then the troop dies. So since this uses 4 red, it's going to take those 4 red away from what you would have accumulated if it's in front of your red generator. It's why you always see me using Firebombs in the back and not the front. It's just to make sure that the mana goes into whatever our red troop is. Every troop that, basically every troop, if you want to make sure it gains mana, should be in front of your Firebombs. It's why they're always towards the back and not the front. Bombbot has the same issue, as well as every other troop that has that mechanic. I believe it's intended, because it's been around for a while now, and they haven't ever changed it. But, yeah, just keep that in mind. It's mainly only an issue with Firebomb and what's his name? And, Bombbot. Don't believe there's another troop that really has that issue. I guess Amnesia kind of has a weird mechanic. She kind of has the inverse of that, though, in that she gets her mana accumulation before the summon does, because of the weird order that it does. So it's kind of the same thing, just kind of in reverse. I'll go throw that down in that match. That's the only thing I can think of. If it's not that case, then I have no clue why it's gaining less mana. Oh yeah, that would explain why. Yeah, don't ever put anything behind your Firebombs. Unless you have every color in front of it. That's the only time you would ever do that. Okay, we'll go grab all that resource. And, let's see, check my mail. Which mail? I have so many mails. Compensation for server issues, 22 February. Looks like some treasure gnomes got loose in the servers last night. I wish. Give us the treasure gnomes. Have this as compensation. Ooh, shinies. 10,000 gold, 200 souls. I was hoping we'd get a treasure gnome key. Please give treasure gnome. 10,000 gold, 200 souls, 50 gems, and 200 glory. Looks like the rewards there. So there you guys go. It's not a redeem code, but still stuff. That's not too bad. Yeah, go check your guys' mail. There's a bunch of stuff there. Unfortunately, it's not an actual treasure gnome. That would have been nice. I don't really know what to do for the treasure gnomes right now. I don't even know if I should still keep even grinding them or just go back to PvP. I think we're just going to go back to PvP and just hope we get lucky off of finding one, I guess. Stick with just some normal teams and such. Which one do I go with? I've been enjoying 4 times Divine, actually. Especially now that Diviner got buffed. This team has so much cleanse that you never need to deal with Queen Mab. It has a lot of board control options. Has the quick first turn if Mercy would actually align. Unfortunately, she loves to not have alignment. But when it works really well. As he's about to get a Corvash. Actually, that doesn't even matter. Because, wait, you have immune to mana drain now too? Oh, never mind. I thought, never mind. I thought that was Corvash. Because it hit the first 2 troops. I was like, wait, nothing else hits first 2 troops. Yes, there is. There's the Weavern. I totally thought that was Corvash. He got me. He got me. Actually, we wouldn't have even lost mana on this, by the way. Because, of course, we have the immunity to it now. Actually, let me go show that. Because I haven't really even gotten to use mana drain really yet. Let me go throw a Firebomb and deliberately... I mean, the Infernus and deliberately let him Corvash us. Never mind. We got an extra turn. This team gets too much extra turn. Never mind. We don't have a good move. We'll just throw that over. Please use Corvash. Please use Corvash. Never would I ever want the enemy to use Corvash, but just go use it already. Trying to show it. Okay, we'll just go convert out purple since we don't have Mercy up, I guess. Throw another Infernus. Hopefully he'll Corvash us. We might kill him before he even gets a Corvash off. Really? I'm not going to throw that Infernus. We're going to give it to him. Please, do it already. Corvash us. I don't think it's going to happen. He just refuses to do it for whatever reason. Okay, I can't throw Infernus because I want him to live. What do we move? Keep moving stuff. Okay, now, please, Corvash, go. Okay, I keep giving him stuff. I need to stop giving him stuff. Here, use Corvash, go. There we go. And as you can see, the Sky Ancestry keeps it so we don't get drained. That is really strong. We do still get stunned, but like I mentioned before with Corvash, his mana drain triggers before the stun, so we will have immune to stun on the initial hit. Unless he pre-stuns us. So yeah, we are perfectly fine on our mana. Do keep in mind, everything currently with immune to mana drain does have, everything that has immune to mana drain right now can be stunned. So if Corvash pre-stuns them with a loop team, you can still very easily get the drains off. Though the AI is normally not smart enough to do that. So we're normally fine. And down it goes. And we'll go play this team seriously next time. I was just trying to show that real quick. Because I haven't really gotten to show the whole mana drain immunity thing. It's one of the actual big new mechanics in gameplay now that really came in the previous patch. You've gotten 4 gnomes in about 600 battles? That's actually not too bad. Compared to what rate I've been getting. That's actually pretty decent. But yeah, they are very elusive right now. Hopefully maybe if we play PvP a bit more, it'll have a higher rate. We'll see. We can hope so. We'll go through Infernus there. That gives us a slightly better board. He ruins it for us. Good job. That didn't take long. We don't have anything really good to go for. I don't believe we have a proper drop. We can go for a pair into a pair, which isn't really worth it. Do we have anything to convert with this? Yes. Do we have anything? There's a whole thing of brown just sitting there. And that should give us alignment. Where is it? Okay, we'll move that. And that will give us alignment on our follow-up turn. So we'll go do that, throw that down, get our poke. And just go crazy from here, move that. I don't have a way of taking that yet. We can just go move that, I guess. Take the other one. Throw an Infernus down that they're right next to each other, and that's pretty much match. Anything we do will kill. And final little poke. And sure, we'll do it with that way. And down it goes. Can you read your question? Sorry, Alonso. My bad. Let me go back and chat a little bit. I probably missed a few things. Because I keep doing... let's see. Gems of War database has the towers displayed under bosses. Ooh, I need to go check those then. When I last checked it, they haven't updated it yet, but I guess she has finally updated everything. Yeah, that'll be good to go see what all of them do. I might go bring it up on screen and go show it as well. We might as well, since I didn't really go over it much earlier. Since I didn't know she actually had them uploaded. Where's that one question that was asked? Saying to go back to a question doesn't help much. Because it could be buried under everything else. Should we hold gems until Shentang event? Yes. You should always hold it for new kingdom events. Those are some of the best times to do it. Even more so now. Because with the new mechanic of, what's it called? Raids. Raids are now kingdom based. So if the current event kingdom week is of, let's say, Shentang, which is going to be next week for the raids, you have to use Shentang troops on your team. So, yeah, you're going to already need to have those kind of troops available. So you might as well throw event keys that week, because you're already going to need to get the new troops. And on top of that, you also need it for raids, which will be giving those new resources. The main resource that you end up accumulating from raids will be those orbs, as well as some kind of troop, as well as some kind of other little mini shop, I believe they mentioned. I didn't really understand that too much when they were explaining that in those posts. They mentioned something of like a mini shop for both the raids and the invasions. Not quite sure exactly what that is. I guess maybe just to get some troops or something else. I know that both of them have troops related to it that you can specifically go and get. So I guess those kind of troops are just there to help you get more points. So if you do good, you can get even more points on top of your gigantic amount of points you're already getting. We'll go move that over. But yeah, we'll have to see exactly what comes out of that. Throw the Infernus down. Please hit already. I can't wait till they add hotkeys. I hope that comes in next patch. The ability just to click a keyboard function and then it does it automatically. That'd make things a lot easier. Alchemist, Money Launderer, Yalgwei, and Queen Titania, or Skiabana, winning 95% of battles. We were running that earlier. Well, we were running it slightly differently. I was running it with Goblin Rocket. But yeah, it runs really well. Alchemist, Moneylender is super, super overpowered right now. I'm surprised they didn't actually slightly nerf the Moneylender when he came out the other day. I don't know why they made his boost ratio like it is. It's really strange compared to other boost ratios, because it takes so quickly to get it up. Like, there it is not maxed out. There it is maxed out. That's all you have to do. That's the difference between maxed and not maxed with him. It takes no time whatsoever. Okay, double check for alignment. We don't have it. Throw that down. Get our gold. I actually missed. Good job. Normally that doesn't. 14 gem spawn normally is enough, but we'll throw that down. Get our huge hit. Keep getting those Goblin Rocket pokes. Yeah, Queen Titania would allow us to... the main benefit that would allow us is to have another spammer. It wouldn't give us board control, though, but it would give us the capability of being a lot more... being able to spam a lot better than we already are, as far as the damage output. Because right now we do lack a little bit on the damage, but we make up for that in board control that we get from the little guy over there. But then again, we don't really need the board control. But how quickly it wins, we can kind of just go with the, like you mentioned, the Queen Titania. We'll go give it a shot this time around. Because we get Fairy Fire too, so that's going to be even more damage. And probably get them done even quicker than what we're already doing. So we'll go give that a shot. Goblin Rocket is a bit slow at times. Mainly because you have to think out every single move you do with him. Even though he's really good for win rate, but bad for speed. Even though he has extra turn and everything. You kind of think that he's kind of made for speed, but no, not really. Early on in the game he does, but not this late, because it's barely any damage compared to Legends and Mythics. We'll throw that in, give it a shot. Covers another color too, though we cannot feed it with yellow. This means Alchemist only feeds into Moneylender, unfortunately. But that's not too big a deal. Once we get one Alchemist down, we're good to go for the rest of the time. So we'll throw that at. Get everything we need there. Go for crazy Queen Titania plays. Actually, never mind, we need an Alchemist first, so we'll go for that. We got a key, very nice. Get full mana. See if we get Alchemist here. Perfect, exactly what we need. That gives us Moneylender. Please don't miss. Good job. And now we just go crazy. So obviously that'll be an extra turn almost every time. See if we can get an Alchemist here. Yes, we do have it, so we'll throw that down. See if that gives us any alignment that we can now use. Not really. I guess we'll just go for another one of him. Get our board. Oh, it missed. And go for Queen Titania here. Get the huge amount of damage. Double check for board. Don't have it. Double check for Alchemist, that we do. Throw that down. Get another Moneylender. That should give us the alignment we need to refire. Throw that. Throw that. Dead. There we go. Yeah, less board control. A lot more damage, though. And with Fairy Fire, that does speed it up quite a bit. With that 50% additional damage, that is for sure. Plus, we get free Queen Titanias for like 50 damage or whatever it is with Fairy Fire. It's quite a lot. Try the Titania. Trust me. Yao, Titania, Yao, and... Wait, what team were you referring to? I don't know what you meant by that. You should always use a troop with a targetable spell in case a gnome appears in PvP. Gnomes have huge stats. I actually haven't ever seen a gnome in PvP. I think we do a big enough loop with this team that won't really matter. Unless we accidentally miss with like a Moneylender or something, where we give them a bunch of reds. I don't really foresee a gnome being able to do much, even with this team. I've never actually found a gnome in PvP. I found it in Arena, and I found it in Explorer. Actually, almost all of them have been found in Explorer. I've found 11 of them in Explorer, and 1 of them in Arena so far. And that's currently my drop rates for them, as far as location. But it's mainly because almost all my farming was done in Explorer. That's the only reason why Explorer is so much higher. Also because I did it pre-nerf, and I was able to get down 9 kills before they nerfed it to almost 0 drop rate for the gnomes. Yeah, they better make the that one event thing this Friday so we can finally get some data for it. They can't just nerf the gnomes like that and then not give us any gnome chances. It goes against even making the patch in the update. Why give us content that we can't actually access? Like, I can understand with, like, the weekly things, but with the gnomes, I don't know. I really wish they would have made it, like, the rate that it was before. It was a lot of fun for those, like, 2 hours we got to mess around with it. It was all off camera, though, unfortunately, when I did get to mess around with it. But, it was a lot of fun, being able to get gnomes that quickly. And it gave, like, some kind of exciting thing to constantly look forward to. The biggest issue with gnomes right now is there's such a low drop rate that you can barely even look forward to them. Because you... oops, I should have threw Queen Titania there. I don't know what I'm doing. But, I don't know. They're just at such a low drop rate now that it doesn't feel, like, exciting that you'll find one at any time. Now there's such a low rate that, it's a good chance that you're not going to be finding them in almost every battle. So you're not really going to be looking forward to it. It's still going to be exciting when you find one. But you had a lot more instances of it earlier compared to now. Okay, we'll just throw Queen Titania in this match. Let's see. The Dragon Soul is still annoying. Oh, the Dragon Soul is actually more powerful now than it is before. I would honestly say Dragon Soul is more powerful after the rework it got than before, which is kind of weird. But yes, I would say that Dragon Soul is stronger now. Let's see. And if anyone else has any other questions or anything, feel free to leave them in chat if I might have skipped over it from earlier. Or any teams you want me to do, or need help building teams, or anything of the such, or any questions about the new patch, or any of that kind of stuff. Right now, we're kind of just doing some standard PvP, and hopefully finding a gnome, though chances are pretty slim. We will likely go the rest of this stream without a single one, but hopefully we'll get at least one, and if we do, hopefully it'll drop that key. I really need that key. I want to see what it does. I kind of already know what it does. It brings up the battle with like 3 gnomes and that one bigger treasure gnome guy. But I don't know. I wanted to try my chances at it. And it's the only way to currently get orbs, and I kind of wanted to show orbs before they became, like, you know, everyone has them. But I guess we'll just have to do it when everyone starts getting them. Because there's almost no way unless we happen to get it. We have to get a key, and then we have to randomly get it off that key. And the percent chance, it's like a 1 in 10 chance into like another 1 in 10 chance or something. So it's really unlikely. Actually, that reminds me. Anyone in chat right now, have any of you actually gotten a power orb yet? They technically exist, though they are so almost impossible to get that I don't even know if a single person has them yet. Pretty sure at least one person does. Not sure if anyone currently watching does, though. Like, any power orb at all. It doesn't even matter which one it is. Let's see. Go through the red into the yellow, I guess. Doesn't really matter too much. I see they still have that weird glitch with whenever a troop comes back and gets revived and was already status affected and gets reapplied with that status effect, it freezes the animation. So as you can see right there, there's the fire that should be moving like that. But all it is a static frame of a fire because for whatever reason it gets all glitched out when that happens. Anyways, we'll just go for that and kill it out. With the new invasions and raids, does that mean that Guild Wars will be stuck in their brackets for 3 weeks? Yes. That is how Guild Wars will be now. Whatever bracket you're in, you'll be that way for 3 weeks, and they'll be right back. So basically, it's just Guild Wars every 3rd week. So they did mention that they are going to look into maybe doing something that moves brackets up and down a little bit further every single time, because they are aware, with it only being 1 in every 3 weeks now, that bracket movement will be very slow. So they did say that they will consider making some kind of change. They didn't implement any initially, though, because they want to check data on it before they go and do something like that. But yes, that is something they said they will probably look into. Because right now, let's say if you're bracket 50 and you're trying to get to bracket, let's say 3, and your guild definitely does have the capability of doing that, at current rates, that would take like 6 months. Some kind of ridiculous amount of time. Even if you do like perfect score compared to everyone else in the bracket, it will take a ridiculously large amount of time. And there's not any way to really get around that at the moment. So they'll likely implement something in the future, but currently nothing is implemented for that. He could actually win here if we're not careful. We'll go get rid of his purples. Actually, oops, why did I do that? I actually probably should have kept the purples. We kind of need that for, what's his name? Yep. Well, at least we still have alignment, so I guess it works out in the end. Only slight issue is Queen Titania is, it's a lot better to get her cast first instead of this one. I guess it doesn't matter too much. As long as we get some kind of damage on them, that's the main thing we need. So we'll throw it on to green, get our mana back up, get another cast down, and that's match off of anyone. And that's match. Didn't even need that extra turn. Let's see. You need help or with an Uriali team? As far as Uriali, I'd probably go with anything that can easily feed it mana. Things like Alchemist or any of these Exploders like Ragnagor, double traded if you happen to have it. But yeah, Uriali, basically just build it into pure true damage. Is that early game team or when are you using it? Or like what do you really have? Well, we can go try that real quick, like a cheaper Uriali team. Uriali, Miststalker. I'll not go the Ragnagor route because that can be a little bit more expensive. Miststalker, Valkyrie, and we just need one other utility. And what are we missing? Brown? Frontline tank that's brown. Normally that would be Gorgolfa, but I don't know if you have a Gorgolfa. Backup plans, Ragnagord, but again, I don't know if you would have double traded Rag. There's normally the Akatris. The biggest issue with that, though, is there's only one brown on that team, and it would be himself. Normally, if you're using him, you're using a specific another brown behind it. I guess for now, we'll just go with Gorgolfa. I don't think there's anything else that we can really use troll-wise or anything. Oh, Diviner, technically. I guess we could go with that. That would be pretty cheap. It's ultra rare. It doesn't have any kind of loop with the team, though. But it would kind of work, because it would give the main mana we need. It just wouldn't really function like a Gorgolfa or something, but I guess we'll go with that. It's cheap enough. You'd most likely have it. And as far as banner, we could either go all in on Diviner or all in on Valkyrie. Given that our banner is already set to that, and it'll probably go into Miststalker, I think we'll keep it as is. We already do have the +1 yellow as well from the Diviner, or from the banner into the Valkyrie. And we have the +1 blue, so it's a red, yellow, blue right there. So we'll go with that. And should be able to get this to work. So right off the bat, we'll want to go and either get Valkyrie or Diviner up. Doesn't really matter too much which, as long as one of them gets up. Probably Diviner actually would be a little bit better to get first, though we do currently have the banner set otherwise. He just sets that to blue, or randomly gets it on blue, so that's not too big a deal. We can take a lot of mana right there, so I'm actually going to go for it. Just start getting it up a little bit. Start getting our Valkyrie. We need one of our big casts down, so it looks like we'll get our Uriali here. Take our mana real quick, though. That gives us pretty much everything we'll need, and now we can start converting stuff out. Oh, we also have a +1 purple. Forgot about that off the Miststalker if you have it traded. Then the skulls we really need to go for. A little bit unfortunate having Diviner there since it will take a lot of the bulk of the damage, which is normally why you go Gorgolfa or something. But should be fine. We could do pickoffs here. I don't believe he's lowest durability though. He's tied with the other one. So I don't know for sure if he will actually be targeted specifically. If we get a skull poke on him, I know for sure he'll Miststalker die. So I'm going to do that. And that does indeed give the poke we need to make sure he dies to... actually, we could just go Uriali here. We could just throw in the Uriali and kind of go from there. So we'll move that over. Move every last extra turn just to make sure they're all off the board. Get that down. Miststalker clean up whatever's left. And that'll be match if we can get it down. And ideally, Diviner would give you magic as well to buff up your Miststalker and the Uriali. And then you can win just off of Uriali plus Miststalker. And that would be enough alone, even if you had nothing else on your team, to win out the battle. Yeah, something along those lines. There's definitely a lot of replacements that could be done depending on higher upgrades you might have. Probably a pretty good idea to get like a Gorgolfa or something in there if you can. Ragnagord, something with a heavy explosion. Diviner's still pretty good because both Miststalker and Uriali gain a good benefit off it. Also, alternatively, if you have a what's it called, a Merilith, you can do Merilith Uriali and kind of go a all undead Naga team. The only slight issue with this is you'll need to go at least one other troop for mana generation purposes, whether that's a Gorgolfa or whatever else you might have. But yeah, you can go partially into that kind of team and then get a bunch of boost ratio based on the fact that you have a bunch of them. Because 2 damage early on in the game is quite a bit per troop. And of course the boost ratio is off itself as well. Or you could just go the Diviner route like we kind of did there and just hope you get magic and then get it buffed that way. There, Yali's a pretty good troop. You will normally see me using things like Crimson Bat and Draculus instead, but it does end up working okay. It's the only reason you don't see me using Uriali too much is it has a really high mana cost. It actually has the highest mana cost of any full AoE true damage, which isn't a bad thing, but it can be a little bit annoying sometimes. Have you seen the new Mythic and what is worth crafting? Yes, I have seen it. Is it worth crafting? I don't know, because I don't know how common the Power Orbs are. I would probably have to say no, it is not worth crafting. especially since there's no achievement or anything associated with it. Will I be crafting it though? Yes. But that's mainly because I get everything in the game. But personally, from what I can look at it so far, if you have a Great Maul, you almost have the troop already. So if you already have a Great Maul, there is very, very little need to get him. Also, getting him makes it so you can't max out 8 troops. Being able to fully max out 8 troops from one single card is amazingly strong, and throwing that away just for 1 troop is likely not worth it. But I will be doing it. How long that will take, I have no clue. We'll have to see exactly how the new game modes are, as those are going to be the primary means of obtaining those new resources. You can get them from treasure vaults too, so whenever a treasure vault event comes out, hopefully it is Friday, I will be spamming it like crazy. I will probably play for like 20 hours during the event, if not more, just to grind it out, because I do want to make sure we get several of those power orbs, hopefully. I'm also going to be converting all my smaller orbs into those bigger orbs. The only thing I really need at the moment are power orbs and ascension orbs. Unfortunately, there's no specific way to craft ascension orbs, from what I can tell. You can only craft the really big power orbs. Which is slightly unfortunate, because out of every orb that there is, the Ascension Orb on its own, not counting the Power Orb, but the Ascension Orb is the best possible one out of the individual normal orbs. But yeah, if we go into Soulforge real quick, yeah, there's the new Mythic, oops, that's not where Soulforge is, but if we go under, that's also not where Soulforge is. I'm not used to these new menus. Soulforge, other, but yeah, if we go under here, we can see these Power Orb thingies over here. And these are based on the little smaller ones, but as you can see, there's no way to make these smaller Ascension Orbs at this moment. You can only make these bigger orbs out of your smaller orbs that you have. And then the reason why you actually go for these, you would never actually do it to upgrade a troop. The only reason you would ever convert your smaller orbs into bigger orbs is to get a Power Orb. Because the Power Orb only uses these really big major ones. It does not use the smaller ones. Because if you actually look at this, it's actually a waste if you're using this to get up a troop. Because, every single troop will, it's actually a lot better to keep all of these in their single forms. Because with this, you're throwing 4 of these into an orb that will automatically only do 1 ascension. With this, you're throwing this all into a big orb that will do 20 levels. But like with me, all my troops start off at level 5. So even if I was to use 15 of these, that would still be better value because we saved that 1,000 souls and we'd still have 5 left over. Obviously, that'd be a bit of a waste. You'd only mainly use them on the last levels. Like, let's say you have something at level 16, you want to get it to 20, you then do it that way. One other thing to mention about these smaller little power orbs, as well as these green ones in general, they only go up to the max level of the troop. Do keep that in mind. It's not really something I emphasized earlier, mainly because almost no one has them at the moment. But do keep in mind, these only go up to the level of the troop. So let's say you're using this green max out power orb thing on a troop. Let's say that the rarity of the troop is currently epic, which means it has a max level of 18. If you use this on it, it will not exceed level 18, unfortunately. It will not go any higher than that. Even though it's going to max level it, it can't go any higher than 18. But if you use this on something that's mythic-based rarity, or just mythic rarity in general, I mean, because you ascended to that point, and let's say it's at like level 7 right now, and then you do it, then it will go all the levels. But, yeah, for the most part, the only time you ever need to convert the smaller ones into bigger ones is if you're specifically trying to craft power orbs. In every other instance, it is better just to simply use the smaller orbs on the troops. You never craft them into larger orbs. It's a complete waste of resources. Similar to how this is a complete waste of resources. Actually, almost everything on this screen is a complete waste of resources, other than trying to craft power orbs for to get the new mythic, as well as maybe just in general. Let's see, is that even worth it to do it in general? Let's see. No. There's actually no point in crafting these unless you specifically need the Orb of Power to craft what's-his-name. That's the only time it would be okay value. Yeah, everything on that page, wow. Almost all the things on this page is useless to get. That is insane. This cost for them is really weird on all of them. But yeah, it's mainly just for power orbs. And the only thing that the power orb is specifically used for currency-wise, from what I'm aware of, is for Zugolf. And he uses 8 of them. He kills an enemy, burns and freezes all remaining enemies, creates 12 skulls, can only be cast once, gains 5 to all skills every single time he takes a skull. This is higher than the Great Maul. Great Maul does this exact same thing, but he does 2 to all skills. He's basically a impervious, higher mana cost, higher skill gain version of Great Maul. The biggest kind of difference with it, other than the traits, is he gets a instant kill. This is both good and bad. It's good because it can be used against things that have immune to Devour, whereas a Great Maul wouldn't. It's bad in that it doesn't gain any stats for actually getting a kill. So with a Great Maul, if you go and quickly get it up and then cast it, it gets all of the enemy stats other than magic. But this guy, he doesn't gain any stats whatsoever for getting a kill. His stats mainly comes from the 12 skulls that he then creates afterwards, which will ideally land in some extra turns. And of course, like with this, every single time he takes a skull, he gains 5 to all skills. So that's basically how he gets his skills up. So with skull spam, he's going to be really good. I'll probably use him with the standard, the first time I ever get him, probably start him off with Valkyrie, Giant Spider, Keeper of Souls, start with that standard team and kind of go from there into other builds. Really good with skull spam though. If anything's going to bring back skull spam, it will be him. Though he is so ridiculously expensive, it'll probably be at least a month before anyone even affords him. That's a huge amount of resources to throw down, 8 max out power orbs. These power orbs can fully ascend, trait, and max level any troop in the game 8 times over. So you'd have to throw that down, plus 50,000 gems, plus 50,000 souls, plus 300 gems in order to get him. In a way, he's actually more expensive than Xenos, which is already ridiculously expensive. Yeah, we'll just have to see how common those orbs are, and I can tell you right now, they are not that common. They are not that common. But anyways, let's go back to PvP. If anyone still has any other questions or anything I might have missed, let's see. Have you seen the new Mythic and... yeah, I already went over that. It's a gnome. Wait, that's Santa! Santa and all his little elves. Yeah, I wish gnomes would keep coming up. They've been so elusive. Yeah, they're like Santa. They only come back around once per year. That is the drop rate of gnomes right now. 1 per year. Okay, we'll go throw down, I guess we'll get that converted, because why not? Do we have alignment? No alignment, so we go throw Infernus down. Actually, we did have alignment, but on the other one. I was looking for it on, what's her name? I keep forgetting the second part of her name. Isabella. Divine Isabella. That's a fun word to say, Isabella. What do we have here? We'll go and convert this out. That's the brown I didn't do last time, though in a different location. Drops. Do we have drops? Kind of. We'll take that one first. Throw that down, move that one down, move that one over. And where does that bring us? Move that one over. And sure, go Infernus. That brings it down to a single kill, and then we just poke it with whatever in its match. Where's our poke of killing? There we go. Throw the Infernus. I'm surprised they didn't touch Infernus at all. Infernus is still insanely good damage, and mana generation, and burn, and storm. There almost isn't anything he doesn't do. Which is really nice. Hey, it's a bunch of sunbirds. That's kind of inconvenient. I believe every single time a sunbird casts, it counts as a gem for us. Because the event week is to kill, like, purples or reds. I forget which one. I think it was purple. And every single time it casts, it counts as a kill for us, which is kind of funny. Though it's probably not going to get a single cast off. Especially since we're denying his mana like that. Now, move that over. This will give us Divine. Hopefully we have skull alignments and any alignments. So we have that on yellow right there. Green to yellow. Perfect. Throw that down. Take whatever else we can find around. Go throw another one if we have it, which we don't. Throw the Infernus then. 1 HP. Luckily it's burned though, so it would have died to the burn. If worse came to worse. Not like it's really going to lose, but throw that down. Should be maxed out on the event soon too, if we're not already. It's a really easy event. We're going to have it done before Friday, which normally doesn't happen with how I play. But it doesn't look like that will happen. I sure hope so. Let's see. We got all that. And what do we got right now? Oops, that's all my collected mail. Not what I meant to check. That's what I meant to check. And yeah, we're almost there. All we have to do is kill 33 more purple troops and we'd reach it. So that's ridiculously easy. We could do that without even trying. And also, look at all the farming we've been doing. We almost have 2 million golds already. I might have 3 million by the end of the week. Especially if the treasure gnome is this event week is this weekend. In which case we'll have like 4 million gold because of how much I'll do it. Like 4 or 5. You're using Gorgotha, Hellcat, or Yali Yalgwe? That sounds perfectly fine. Hellcat is really good with Yalgwe. You have killed 4 gnomes and gotten gems and gold. When will the star dropping orbs? Oh, they actually have a 0% chance of dropping orbs. It's their vault key that has the chance of dropping orbs. So with gnomes, the current drop pool that I'm aware of, based on what people have said in my own data, is they can drop 5 gems, 10 gems, 20 gems, 5 diamonds, 3 gem keys, 4 gem keys, 5 gem keys, 3 event keys, 4 event keys, 5 event keys, 10,000 gold, 20,000 gold, 30,000 gold, and 50,000 gold, and 500 souls, 3 celestial trait stones, and of course the main thing, which is the vault key. The vault key then gives you a battle that has 3 of those little treasure gnomes, so you'll get each one of their drops, as well as some bigger treasure gnome. That bigger treasure gnome has a chance of dropping those orbs. What the chance is, I do not know, because not many people have been posting their data. Based on what I've seen so far, the most common drop has been 100 gems from it. As far as every drop it has, I do not know, but it's the gnome that's in the vault, the gnome vault, that has the chance of dropping orbs. The actual normal gnome itself has a 0% chance. The normal gnome has a chance of dropping the gnome key, which then gives you a chance of getting the orb. But it's only the gnome that's within the gnome vault that specifically has the orb drop on it, or at least the orb drop chance. So do keep that in mind. Oh wait, Bounty Hunter Week. 21 days and 5 hours. I didn't even see that I had a timer there. I didn't even notice that was a thing. Yeah, there's Bounty Hunter. Earn points to get rewards. Yep, that's pretty much Bounty Hunter in a nutshell. It's just a bunch of battles, and then you do a bunch of battles, and yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. That's kind of funny. I didn't even notice that there. Has that seriously been sitting there the whole time and I didn't even notice? How did I not see the word hunt just sitting there? I actually just noticed that literally right now. But yeah, next Bounty Hunter apparently in 21 days, 5 hours. Hopefully Gnome Vault is soon TM because I want that key so badly. It's an achievement too. There's actually 3 achievements. I believe, let's see, what were they? I believe it comes up if I bring it up right now. There were 3 of them. One of them is go kill the gnome guy in the treasure vault, which means all we have to do is find a gnome key. There were 2 other ones too. There was defeat 50 towers in a single invasion event. That'll probably be really easy for late game players. And similarly, Godslayer, deal 505 damage to any boss in a single raid battle. That seems ridiculously easy. We almost do that in a normal battle in endgame. Doing that to a single unit should be, yeah, that shouldn't be that hard unless he has ridiculous traits, which he might. All 3 of the raid bosses, or all 6 of them, they're all the same raid boss, but they have different versions of it. They're all much stronger than the one that we saw in the thing right there, the one that we can craft. The one that we can craft is pitiful compared to the 6 of them that are actual bosses. But yeah, it'll be interesting how it comes out. But yeah, win a vault battle. That's what that little gnome looks like, I guess, with the little glasses and everything. He's the guy that drops his power orbs, unfortunately. Not the actual smaller gnome. You got in 20 gems twice. Yeah, I don't know why. Gems drop so much more commonly off of all the gnomes. Both the bigger ones and the smaller ones tend to drop gems the most. As you can see over there, we got it 6 times. And from data I've been seeing from people who actually got to the bigger gnome from a vault key, they keep getting 100 gems. Which isn't bad. Like, the gem drop is pretty good, but it'd be nice to see some of the other drops. Like the orbs and such. Anyways, was there anything else I was about to go do real quick? There was something else I wanted to go do. Did we do dungeons? Yeah, I think we did. Dungeon. Too many things. There's way too many things on that window now. Anyways, let's get into some more battles. And if any of you still had anything you want me to go over, let me know. You've killed 4 gnomes and gotten gems. Oh, wait, never mind. I already went over that. Let's see. Oh yeah, the trait that you want to upgrade. I didn't really go over that because I don't actually have any troops that can do that at the moment. But yes, you can specifically choose the trait you want to upgrade now. I don't believe I have any that I can show that for, which is why I didn't really mention it. But that is a new feature. I can't show it, unfortunately, not until next week. I'll probably mention it in the Monday video, since that'll be the first time I can actually do it myself. But yeah, I can't actually upgrade anything. That always feels so weird. Because we have so many resources that we actually can't upgrade anything. And what's kind of weird is I still need to go farm the power orbs like crazy. Because one issue we're going to constantly still keep having is Ascension. Ascension is ridiculously hard still to do. Due to the fact that it requires opening so many keys, which burns through gems at a really high rate. But yeah, I want so many of those Ascension Orbs. I really, really wish they would have added a way to convert the other orbs into Ascension Orb. I would craft like 2 of every other orb just to get 1 Ascension Orb. Because they are that much more valuable compared to everything else, or at least for my needs. I'm pretty sure a lot of people also get quite a bit of value out of the Trait Stone one as well. Because, of course, free Trait Stones, when you can use that on a Legend or a Mythic, that is a really, really good value. How many Trait Stones you would end up saving. Even the really small ones, still. Actually, the smaller ones are going to be almost better value than the bigger ones due to how they are scaled. They're probably a lot more rarer, and they're also too expensive to ever bother crafting. So, yeah, those smaller ones are actually not going to be that bad. Because you're only going to use them for when you need, like, the last little burst. Like, for example, let's say you have a legend that you want to send to Mythic, boom, you use it. Let's say you have a level 17 that's Mythic that you want to get to 20, boom, you go use the little level up orbs. Or if you're going to go and get the final trait on a Mythic, or the second to last trait or something, stuff like that. Because I believe the second to last trait on Mythics is actually slightly... It has a really weird scaling on it compared to its final trait. Actually, no, never mind. They don't have a weird scaling. It's Legends that have a weird scaling. For whatever reason, a Legendary troop requires 10 arcanes on their second trait, but for whatever reason only requires 6 on the third. The main reason for this is because it uses some Celestial trait stones. It always seemed weird to me, though, why they have it scaled like that. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Also, don't forget, everyone, we will be streaming tomorrow morning, as I always do, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 13 hours from now tomorrow. We'll be doing that tomorrow and on Saturday. Hopefully, we'll have some kind of special event running this week. I really hope we do. One of the new ones, so we can go grind that out. If not, the Treasure Gnome grind will continue. I really want to get one of those keys and hopefully get some orbs so we can finally go use some orbs. But yeah, we might just have to wait till Monday because... we just might not be able to get orbs otherwise. Refund a troop and find out how trading actually works. Oh, they've currently disabled refunding at the moment because there was some kind of error with how refunds were working. So at this current moment in time, I believe they have fixed it. And even if they haven't, I want to wait till they have officially said that it's fixed. Okay, apparently they are refundable right now, but I do want to wait just in case. There was some kind of error occurring with refunding earlier. So I don't want to do it at the moment. We can easily go see it later. But, yeah, there was some kind of issue with it where it wasn't giving back all the resources or something. So, I don't want to do that just on accident. I know I already have so many resources, but I don't want to accidentally throw away them needlessly. Okay, we'll go through... But yeah, don't actually refund any of your stuff right now if you haven't already. And if you have, double check that you actually got all of it back. Because there was a weird glitch apparently happening with it earlier. Not quite sure exactly what it was because I didn't actually do it. But there were reports of it, and they made a post on the forum as well. Do we go for the 1 in 3 chance to Infernus him right here? Or do we try to find a convert? Well, we have 1, but it's not an extra turn. It's probably not worth it. Okay, I'm going for it. 1 in 3 chance. Of course we missed. Luckily, actually Burn would have killed him regardless. Oh, Famine. Luckily, the wonderful thing that Mana Immunity Drain can do, you can see he just drained everything, but we still have our mana generator. So what we can do right now is simply go and convert that out, get our mana right back, and boom. Even though he just drained our entire team, because our main mana generator had immunity to it, it's like he didn't even drain us at all. We get right back up immediately. That's probably one of the best mechanics that have come in the game for a while, because it makes Famine a lot less annoying, it makes Sign a lot less annoying, and all that kind of stuff. And out of all of them, I do have to say Diviner's probably one of the strongest support troops in the game right now. There isn't a single support-related thing it doesn't do, pretty much. It has immune to Mana Drain Silence, which is super strong. It has a transform into a specific color, which every single troop that ever gets that is viable. Doesn't matter what it is. And then it has not only Enchant, not only a random magic gain, or possible magic gain, but also a cleanse as possible options. So she has a little bit of everything. The only real downside to her is 100% cleanse. So if you're really needing a cleanse and then it doesn't trigger, then that's bad. But yeah, Diviner, I do have to say, is easily like top 10 right now. Maybe even higher than that. Just because of how viable she is in pretty much any team. Even if you're not specifically using the Diviner Shabella. Any team that needs yellow, you'd be using her in. There are still some niche instances where you use Alchemist. Like, for example, the new Moneylender that just came in. It is better to use Alchemist because you get more gold that way. But in almost every other instance, it's this one instead. Also, Alchemist Hellcat is still better in some instances than what a Diviner will be within the team. But that's mainly because she can't loop with them due to lacking the yellow color. I mean, the red color in her coloration, which is something Alchemist has as a benefit compared to her. But in most instances, she's better. Particularly ones where you need higher magic or a random cleanse or the enchant specifically. Okay, this board is not really working for us. Let's go for that. That is a much better board, so we'll go throw this down. Kill that out before it gets to do anything. It's almost using the same team we're using right now. Not exactly, but close enough. Go for that. Didn't get the magic buff, unfortunately. We don't have any alignment either, so we'll just move that over. Go for the Infernus. Go from there. And let's go move that over. See if we get a Mercy. Throw the Infernus down. And there we go. You just got a Vault Key! Congratulations! We still haven't gotten one. We'll be here for the entire weekend. I'm willing to make a bet that by Sunday, we will not have a Vault Key. Unless it's a Vault event, in which case we will. But if it's not a Vault event starting tomorrow, I'm willing to make a bet right now we will not have a vault key by the end of this weekend. We are going to get that unlucky. But if there's a vault event, we're definitely farming it until we get it. There's no way we're not doing it. We're doing it until we get at least one orb, even if it takes like 20 hours this weekend. I have the time. There isn't much else I'm doing. But then again, we do have the what's its name stream. Though I could technically cancel that if we're really going with it a lot. The puzzle quest, that is. That or I could do both simultaneously. No, actually that's not possible. I would love if I could do that. The only problem is, oops, I didn't mean to use that one. I should use the other. I don't know. That's a complete waste right there. But I would actually do both of them simultaneously. The only big issue with doing Puzzle Quest 1 and Gems of War simultaneously is the way that Puzzle Quest 1 works, because it's such an old game, or just because they didn't really code it correctly. It freezes whenever you're off screen on it, so if I click on Gems of War, it'd be completely frozen. So that wouldn't work, actually. Gems of War used to be like that too, but they've fixed it after like a year and a half to 2 years in. It was actually a really, really major change for PC. It's not really something that mobile or any other platform really noticed that much. But right now, if you click on a different tab, it doesn't freeze it at all. You used to, whenever you played the game and clicked on a different tab, it would completely freeze the game if you clicked anywheres. So if I went to go check chat or anything like that, it would completely freeze. But yeah, now it doesn't do that anymore, which is really cool. There was a way to work around it, but luckily they've completely made it normal that it doesn't do that automatically. They took it away and gave you compensation mail? What do they mean? Let's see. I don't think they gave it. They took it away from you. The compensation mail was from earlier. That wasn't a part of what just happened to you. Though you might want to go double check that, because everyone ended up getting that, not just you. You should still have the vault key. That was just from yesterday. Go check your vault and see if you actually still have it. Yeah, you should have it. That wasn't from the. That was just from the thing from yesterday. They were making a joke with the gnomes. Which isn't funny. Bring back gnomes. Oh no, the gnome content when it initially released was actually one of the most fun things they added to the game, and then they instantly took it away. It was kind of depressing yesterday. Hopefully they'll restore it to a slightly better rate, or that, or maybe the event will still have the same rate as before. I think that's actually what initially happened, though we don't know for sure. I think they accidentally released the event as the drop rate of the vault key event, because there's a special vault key event that runs occasionally that will have a higher rate to get vault keys, as well as to get the actual gnome NPC to go kill. So whenever those events occur, it's just a much higher rate, and I believe they accidentally released it and forgot to adjust it beforehand. That's the only thing I could really think of. That, or they seriously accidentally left it that broken. One of the two. Not quite sure. Yeah, let me know what you get from it. Still haven't heard anyone report that they got in an orb yet, even though it is technically possible. So you might be one of the firsts if you do get it. Why do you throw all of your mastery into purple? There's no particular reason these days of why I throw it all into purple. The main reason I still do it is because I've always done it, so I just keep doing it, because why not? The reason I initially threw it all into purple is back when the game first started, a good majority of all of the full AoE weapons that hit everything were all under purple. And there weren't as many options as there were today to be able to throw that kind of stuff down. And I kept doing that until I got every single weapon. And then at the point of getting every single weapon, I was like, wait, why don't I just keep going purple? Because why not? And that's exactly what I did. There's really no exact reason as to why I go all in on purple. It actually makes my account slightly weaker than most other accounts, because overall, my overall mana surge chance is lower than any other account. Though, one result of us going so heavy into purple, it does make our purple surge chance the highest of anyone in the entire game, which is a kind of interesting feature. Very rarely is that actually beneficial, but yes, we do have the highest purple surge of anyone. There isn't a single person with higher than us. So yeah, that's like the only benefit it has. Every other one of our masteries is slightly lower though. Though with the new redistribution they did, all those masteries went into everything except my purple, because I threw everything so evenly. So my stuff's a little bit more even than what it used to be in the past. But still, I think we're up to like 63% in everything, 64% in some, and we're still in 66% in our purple. And that keeps going higher now that we can put even more purple into it. We might eventually be able to reach 67%, which is a really solid 2/3 chance of getting a purple surge chance. Oh, we have alignment there. I was like looking at the boards, like, where's the alignment? I keep forgetting we have green to, oops, I messed that up, fail. We have green to yellow there. So we'll go throw the Infernus and just get some damage. This team basically just plays itself. It's actually really relaxing to use. I always like really relaxing PvP teams because it allows you to do pretty much anything else simultaneously to it. Great for chilling with. Okay, he's just... Oh, okay, good. Actually, why didn't he go for the mana drain one? That would have been nice. I wonder if it's smart enough to know not to go for it. Is the AI actually good enough to do that? Normally it does some really weird things. Maybe it is smart enough for once to actually do the right thing. We'll find out in a moment. Okay, we'll throw the Infernus down. Actually, we might not find out this battle. Yeah, we're not going to find out this battle. It's not going to have anywhere near enough mana. Well, let's go take some mana here. Let's go do it on the purple there. We did get the cleanse, which is perfect, which means we actually didn't lose our turn. The cleanse triggers before the freeze check, so we still get to keep our turn if it does trigger the 1 in 3 chance to cleanse. In case you did not see, for you on PS4, selecting third trait on a untraded troop just gives you all the traits, not just the third trait. Really? Okay, maybe it doesn't do it one by one. I actually haven't tested that yet. I will be doing that on Monday just to see. Yeah, it could be that you're just not able to do it. It might just show all of them on screen at once, just for the purpose of showing it all to you, just so you know what they cost. Because before there was no way of knowing, unless you checked the external sources. Now there's actually an internal way of seeing what traits a troop specifically needs in advance to actually getting them, which is kind of cool. Of course, that was technically already possible, but it wasn't possible within the game itself. And now they made a nice graphic for it, the screen that now uses. Okay, let me go over the new raid towers. I was mentioning that earlier, but then completely got sidetracked and didn't go over them. Because someone did mention that they were added to the Ash Tender thing. So let me go over that real quick, or the Gems of War database, whatever it's called these days. So let me go do just that. And we found 0 gnomes this stream, rip. Yeah, it took me 3 hours just to show it for the video earlier. I was just going to give up on it, but I just kept going. Probably should have gave up. But anyways, let me go and get... what am I looking for? I'm looking for the data thingy thing. So let me go under Gems of War, GOWDB, Troop Table. Actually, let me go to the home menu. Maybe it shows up on the home menu. Oh, there it is, bosses. She has a whole new page for it. Oh, they look pretty cool. Too bad you can't get them as troops. This reminds me of, like, Puzzle Quest with the towers and everything. Because it's like fighting kingdoms, like you used to be able to fight in Puzzle Quest. That's kind of cool. They brought it back for Gems of War. Oh, they even have boss versions of... oh, never mind. Those are just the ones that come into... what's its name? That come into standard... dungeons. The ones from dungeons as well. But anyways, let me go over these towers. They look interesting. Haven't actually read a single one yet, but let me go bring it up real quick. 1 second. Where is the window capture? That is not the window capture I'm looking for. That is the window capture I'm looking for. There we go. And there it is. Bring it right there. Should be good enough. Let me zoom in some so we can see. Okay, so Bastion Tower. Not quite sure what days they'll come on, but then again, it's going to go from 1 tower to 1 tower to 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 to 4 to 4 and stuff like that until the whole entire battle's towers. So I guess technically all the bad towers you will be fighting. So gains, so the blue, this is a blue-brown tower. Gains magic +1 attack, life and armor, and also barrier explodes a row. Interesting. 18 mana cost there. This one is a blue-red tower, gains 8 life and also barrier. Deal magic +2 damage to all enemies and burns them. We have the buried Zugolf, which is one of the versions of him. He uses every single color. He kills an enemy and then creates 12 skulls. And he has invulnerability, jinx, and I believe the same aspiration as the other one. Yes, give 5 to all stats whenever he takes skulls. That's actually not too bad. Oh wait, he has invulnerability though. This is a different one. It has immune to all stats effects, devour, mana drain, transform, and lethal damage. Basically meaning you can't disease it, so you can't half its mana, you can't silence it, you can't mana drain it, you can't instantly kill it with anything. So I guess the best thing to use against this would be Skull Spam. It's been a while since Skull Spam has been good, But yes, skull spam. Infinite skull spam or infinite loop. Really, probably just infinite loop. Doesn't have to be actually even skull spam. You could just go any infinite loop then. Because he doesn't have freeze. Well, actually, he does have freeze. I believe Annihilation has freeze on it. Oh, no. That's weird. This version of him doesn't have it. Well, I guess there's different versions of him. But yeah, yeah, basically just infinite loop. He doesn't have freeze or anything. Unless his team does too. In which case, you would just probably go some kind of skull spam. But, yeah, that should be pretty easy to do 505 damage to him if he's one of them. Doesn't seem too hard. Depends what the rest of his team is, though, of course. But him alone isn't really that bad. Of course, these are for raids. These towers are for invasions, though. So do keep that in mind. They're two completely different game modes. Catapult Tower. This does gain 8 life, armor, and also barrier. Deal magic plus 7 damage to an enemy, and half that damage to adjacent enemies, and then stuns them. Okay, so not really too annoying, other than maybe the stun on it. Also, all these do have invulnerable too, which means they're immune to all those kind of things. So you have to basically kill them out with either infinite loop or just heavy skull damage and stuff. Wait, what's this last one? It actually has a unique trait. Gain 2 to a random skill on 4 times and 5 times matches. Interesting. What was this other one's unique trait? Shrapnel. Deal 1 damage to all enemies on 4 times or 5 times matches. So basically a weaker version of Kraken. And Granite Skin. 75% skull reduction. Interesting. So that you wouldn't be able to skull spam, unfortunately. So what's this one? Oh, True Shot. Let me guess. 100% true damage? No, 75%. Oh, never mind. That's the same thing as what's his name. They even give the tower 100%. I guess they learned from the first time that it was too overpowered. It wasn't really that bad, though. Also, thank you, Jaden, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Okay, Arrow Defense. Gain 8 life, armor, and also barrier. Deal magic plus 5 true damage to an enemy, and then places Hunter's Mark on them. That doesn't really seem too over the top. It does have true damage off its skulls, though. Okay, here's the Dark Zulgoth. There's another one for the raids. This one kills an enemy, poisons and freezes all enemies, so slightly different. All of his traits are exactly the same, though. So really, it just seems like the actual side effects of his ability are the only thing that's really changed. What was this guy? The buried one. This one creates 12 skulls. This one does poison and freeze. These are just the dungeon stuff. Don't really need to go over these. I mean, yeah, dungeons. Here's the fiery one. Of course, this is for raids. All of these ones that are Zulgoth is from raids. He has all the same traits. He gains 8 attack instead on this one. That is pretty useless, so that's fine. This one submerges and enchants itself. That one could be very annoying because you can't use single target. Though, if you were using a loop team, you probably wouldn't be using single target to begin with. But, yeah, you wouldn't be able to use single target against that specific one. So, might as well not even bother against any of them. Did I skip one of them there? No, that was all of them. And there should be one more or two more. These are just all of the dungeon ones. There's a tower. Mage Tower. Red-purple. Gains 8 life, armor, and also barrier. Deals magic plus 7 damage to an enemy. Steal 3 magic. Not really too bad. Crystallize. That's the same thing that KrissTigger has as its trait. Another tower, the Storm Tower of yellow-purple. Energize. And of course, all these have invulnerability. Every single one I'm reading off has invulnerability, which is immune to essentially everything in the game. Gain 3 magic on yellow gem matches. That one could actually be really annoying if it has a yellow spammer in it. This Zulgoth, or whatever his name is. Yeah, Zulgoth. Let's go with that. Sounds like a Pokemon name or something. The Zulgoth. Zulgoth. I don't know. But anyways, kill an enemy, stuns and burns all enemies. So that one's pretty useless other than maybe the stun aspect. And this one does barrier and enrage itself. So again, also pretty useless. So out of all of them, the skull one and I believe the freeze one were the two most powerful ones. So they were the... excuse me. They were the Dark Zulgoth and the Buried Zulgoth are the 2 strongest ones you'd need to worry about for the most part. The other ones seem pretty tame for the most part. Of course, it depends what the rest of their team is. That could change slightly depending on what their team is and how they scale. We also don't know exactly how stats will be scaling. It keeps getting harder and harder the more you do it. So, for all we know, it could be like 1,000 all stats by the time we get too far into it. We'll have to see. And depending on what the other assisting troops is, it's obviously we're not just up against him. We're up against him and 3 other troops. So it really comes to be heavily dependent on what on earth those 3 other troops are. Will really determine on how hard he'll really be in general. I'm not sure if it's random, predetermined, or what, but we'll have to see when it comes out. But anyways, that's all the new boss things that someone wanted me to go over. And now we have some information on them. We still don't know exactly everything with the game modes, but at least clarifies what exactly we're kind of up against every single day. Where did the thing go? Guild War, window, gem, nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to go through that real quick. That's just all the bosses, or the new bosses that we'll be up against in the 2 new game modes. Yeah, the towers are going to be really, really annoying to kill. The Zoogolf shouldn't be too bad. I don't know how much damage you actually need to do. The leaderboard for it will probably be insane because of how many infinite loops. I was assuming they would add something that would kind of prevent infinite looping, but if there's not any kind of turn limit, you can just go into infinite damage. Like, as long as you could possibly go into the battle is how much damage you can get on him. So yeah, I'm kind of curious how that will really scale and everything. Because you could literally get thousands, millions, billions of damage in a single battle with proper loop teams. Can you mana steal Zoogolf? No, you cannot. You cannot mana drain any of the towers nor any of the Zoogolfs. The indestructible trait has immune to all mana drain, all stas effects, basically every effect in the game, including instant kill. It's the only things in the game that have immune to instant kill. So no instant kills, no devours, no mana drains, no mana steals, no stas effects, nothing like that. Basically, if it's any kind of secondary effect, it cannot be used on them. So basically just simple standard damage and true damage and skull damage and stuff like that are the only things that can really be used on them. Which is another reason why that Submerge is probably going to be annoying. I don't think it has immune to Dispel, though. That might be the one thing that works on it stats effect-wise, is dispelling away its barrier and dispelling away its Submerge. I did not specifically see its state immune to Dispel. I'm not sure if they're going to give it immune to Dispel as well, but it doesn't specifically state it, nor does anything currently have immune to it. Mainly because there isn't really much of a need to, due to how few stats effects there are in the game, positive ones. Wouldn't True Damage work well against them too? Yes. Though it's based on how much damage you do to him, not if you actually kill him, I believe. So True Damage necessarily wouldn't really be that good, because it's more on the total amount of damage you do, not the type of damage you do. So True Damage isn't going to do anything more. If anything, it's going to do slightly less, since it's simply hitting HP, and all True Damage tends to be slightly lower than normal standard physical damage attacks. Yeah, you have to use Event Kingdom troops too. So, oh yeah! Well, there's still some infinite loops within Pure Kingdom. I forgot about that. But yes, for tomorrow, or not for tomorrow, but for next week, we would have to use Pure Shentang. There are 2 new ones that are coming in. But yeah, what could we build out of Pure Shentang then? I forgot about that. So you can't actually get any of these super, super good infinite loops. But you can also use Hero. And there are a few things that can slightly loop with Hero. Let's see. There is technically an infinite loop in this kingdom, though the chance of it hitting is very unlikely. It's Monkey Disciple into Emperor Liang. Technically also Monkey Disciple into Yagwe. So we could build something out of those few. Actually, for the first kingdom, this is actually a pretty nice one to go throw down. I don't want to exactly build a team yet, because there's 2 new troops coming in that's going to be changing it. One of them, I believe, has a extra damage bonus for the raid boss, which I probably want to go use. Or maybe not, because if we can infinitely loop with something else that doesn't use him, we wouldn't even need him. As long as we could get the loop, that's the main thing that matters. So with that being said, the team would most likely be something along the lines of these 4 troops. The specific order would probably be exactly what we have set up, actually. So yeah, this should be a pretty fun first time to go into it, that's for sure. We'll have most of this Mythic as well starting next week. What base rarity are you? He's rare. I might need to open more glory keys on Monday, because I do want to make sure we have a fully mythiced out team. But yeah, we'll see if we can fit any of the 2 new troops into it. But this is most likely along the lines of what I'm going for tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, for next week. Let's see. I can't throw Shentang into this. I believe we just throw like a blue, green-blue, standard green-blue. Get Quick Monkey Disciple and spam him. That or go for Quick Diviner. Wouldn't be too bad either. To do that, we'd need like a double brown something, though. Is there a double brown minus something? That might be a little overkill. Oh, we could just go double brown. Yeah, something along the lines of this would probably be what we would use for that day. Oops, that's not the team. We'll have to do a couple tweaks and such before we get to it, as well as testing it with the other new troops first. You can't repeat the same troops, by the way, either. I believe it has to be 4 unique from the kingdom. So you can't just spam the exact... Oh, no, never mind. It doesn't have to be 4 unique from the kingdom, but you're not allowed to use multiple that have the same bonus thing. So, for example, there are troops that are going to be getting like these extremely huge bonuses for these game modes, and it's scaled on their ascension. But these troops will, you can only use one of them. So if you're using one specific type of them, you will not be able to use another. So if you're using one that already has it, you won't be able to use a second copy of that exact same troop. The bonus benefit that it will have will just not count. Okay, well, this will be a little bit annoying because we'd have to think out every single turn we'd want to do here to make sure we actually do it correctly. So we'll do that on brown right there, just so we get our convert for the following turn. And then hopefully we can kind of go crazy. I need to try keeping purple on the board if we can. Throw this down so we just get the HP and everything, keep us alive. Of course that would miss. That'd be so devastating if that ever did miss. I might need to just not bring Monkey Disciple. Because if that misses once, we are in a lot of trouble. Okay, we don't really have any good removes right now. I could do yellow, but it's not really going to help much. I guess green, just keep them alive. I keep forgetting. It's also only goes to the color we hit. So whatever color we hit will specifically get that extra HP bonus. And we're almost already losing our first slot. That is quite pitiful. We're going to move that over. He does not go for the kill. Actually, what even are we up against right now? I just noticed what his team is. What? What is that team? Okay, we'll go get that. Still don't have any alignment on this. Yeah, this might not work out. Probably need that really big guy from next week who does extra damage to them. We'll definitely give it a shot. We'll have to see if we specifically need to use Pure Kingdom as well. We don't know if we specifically need to use full 4 times from the Kingdom, I don't believe. Pretty sure that will be the case. But I haven't seen anything confirming that that is indeed the case. Alright, we'll go for that skull right there. Just keep getting poked damage. See what else we can kind of move around. Maybe get some alignments, stuff like that. Brown? No, we could just simply take that. Green wouldn't be too bad. Gives our frontline tanks the HP they need to not die. Also, in raids, it doesn't matter how much damage you take. It just matters what your total damage is to the enemy. So it doesn't really matter too much if you keep getting hit like crazy. It's not like Guild Wars where you have a certain turn limit. Your limit in raids is deal as much damage as you possibly can. That's really the only objective you have. Everything else means absolutely nothing. You could lose your entire team, resummon the entire team, and kind of go from there. And you won't have any penalty from my understanding of how it's set up. So we'll go throw that down. And go move that. Unfortunately, this kingdom only has 1 summon. And it is such a ridiculously useless summon. It's that one guy that summons KrissTigger. Well, then again, that's not necessarily a useless summon. That's actually an amazing summon. I guess in the longevity of a battle, he wouldn't really be too bad. I keep saying he's bad, but there are some really, really weird teams that are going to get created out of raids and invasions because of the limitations they have. Because as I mentioned, Guild Wars is limitation by pure color. Raids are limited by, or limited, is that even a word? Limited by the Kingdom of the Week. And the invasions are limited by the troop typing. So for example, next week could be, or when it comes in 2 weeks, I mean, it could be something like dragons, or all divine, or all beasts, or all wild folk, or something else that's useless, like murlocs, or merfolks, or something. Let's see. So you don't think if you can destroy their entire armor, that would count as damage? I'm pretty sure the armor would count as damage for the game mode. Pretty sure. What do you think of Penglong, Liang, Bard, Yellow, Weapon, and... Wait, what weapon are you using with that? Mountain Crusher or something? And Monkey Disciple. Seems okay. Not sure if Penglong as your first slot as one of your main damage sources is a good idea, though. You'd want to keep your damage sources alive. So you definitely want to make sure you do something that will help with that. I'm not quite sure exactly what the lineups will be for the other 3 troops too. That depends a lot on what you will actually choose and if you need to revamp anything. Because if they're using something that heavily counters something you're using, then you don't want to actually use that troop then. Because for all we know, it could be some kind of ridiculous triple combo, like a Nyx, Queen Mab, something in front of him. In which case, like if they put like Farstroll, Nyx, Queen Mab, and then him, that's going to be one of the hardest battles I've ever seen. Because with the limitations everything you have. But if they put like ridiculously easy stuff in front of it, then that would kind of change how you would play the battle a little bit. We just have to see exactly what they do. If it's completely random, if it's predetermined, and if it is predetermined, or regardless, what it actually is in front of it. You don't have Diviner yet? I know, I got really unlucky with it too. I would say just go and try getting it off of event keys. You will be able to get event key for Shentang this Monday. And she is an ultra rare. So the chance of getting her off a event key is like, you could open 5 and probably get her. 10 at the absolute most. She's going to be ridiculously common within the event key drop pool next week. So if you don't have Diviner, that's not really too big of an issue. It'll cost you like 10 event keys, if that, to go and get her. You could probably open her in like 3 or so. It shouldn't be that hard at all. She'll be one of the most common drops out of the keys. We're probably going to be getting her in a Mythic as well. I'm not quite sure how many I'll throw down. How many do I even have right now as far as event keys? I have 47. By the time event switches over, I'll have about 100 or so. So I guess we'll throw all 100 next week, or at least like 50. Maybe I won't throw all of them yet. I do want to Mythic them, but there's a new troop I want to fully max out. I don't know if he's going to be available only through the raids, or if he's coming through by other means, or what exactly he's coming through by. But if he's coming through event keys or anything like that, I do want to make sure I get him to a decent rarity, at least Legend, maybe not Mythic. But I do definitely want to max him out. If he's available through Glory, I'm just spamming all the Glory instead, and probably only opening like 50 event keys. And those 50 event keys are mainly just to send everything one next level, like the Diviner and everything, just to give us a slightly better chance. Let's see. Oh, they nerfed him? What did they nerf him to? He was already useless. What did they do to him? I saw that he had a refund. What did they specifically do? Deal damage to an enemy, boosted by enemy Fae. Summon either a Silver Draken or KrissTigger. That's not nerfed. It's the exact same thing he's always done. And now he has his immunities. What did they have there previously on his trait? But no, he didn't get nerfed. He got buffed. I forget what he had there previously, but I'm pretty sure it was something pretty useless. I think it was just Mana Shield or something. Yeah, nothing got nerfed on him. He's still the same useless troop that he's always been. It's just slightly more useful now that he has immune to all the drains and stuff. But, yeah, there's no niche instance where you'd really need him other than maybe for next week's raids. Simply because he's the only summon in the entirety of Shentang, if I'm not mistaken. Even the new troops, I don't believe, have the summon. So if you needed a summon for raids at all for next week, you kind of have to use him. Because he's your only option. Well, I guess technically not. You have all the weapons that have summons as well. But not counting those, he would be the only thing specifically from this kingdom that would work. Which isn't really much. Wait, where'd he go? Wait. Oh, never mind. He's not even from this kingdom. Wait. Yes? No? How confused am I right now? Wait. He's from Bright Forest? Never mind. What have I been saying? Yeah, he's from Bright Forest. Fail. I actually completely forgot about that. They came so close together, I'm starting to mix the kingdom epics. The dragon thing is from the other kingdom. Prince of Thor is... Okay, so there's actually no summon from the kingdom then. Never mind. My bad. Yeah, he's not actually from the kingdom. They even say it on the cards now, as if I can't read. I keep forgetting that they actually say it now, but... Fail, fail, fail. Fail. Ignore all of that. I am not. Oh, the fail is strong. The fail is very strong. It's been a long day. It's been a very long day. Anyways, let's just do one more battle and just end here. If you guys have anything else you need me to go over, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm heading off for the night, and we'll be back in basically 12 hours from now for the next stream. We'll be going over... Hopefully, there will be a special event. If not, we will be basically hunting down the new Gnome and messing around with PvP with various teams, and maybe testing a couple different Shentang versions of teams just to make sure we have something solid for the new raids that are coming out next week. Because we will have to use pure Shentang against it, so we need to make sure we have a solid Shentang team. Elamagrim, what teams you recommend? For only Elamagrim? Normally you would need a Yarl Fire Mana for it, or fully traded, what's his name? Infernus. Assuming you don't have a fully traded Infernus, you basically use a Rock Troll, Dark Troll, Elamagrim, and then a Yarl Fire Mana. That would basically be your team. It's one of the cheaper things that you can do to infinitely loop with him. They didn't nerf Dragon Soul. They buffed Dragon Soul. He actually got buffed this patch. Everything they did with him basically made him stronger, other than the removal of his Mana Shield. But the trait that he now has is stronger than what he previously had. That didn't actually get any weaker. So it's overall basically stronger than what he did. Oh, you do have Infernus? Oh, then you just run that then. Rock Troll, Dark Troll, Infernus, and... I mean, Rock Troll, Dark Troll, Elamagrim, Infernus. It's one of the more standard kind of loop teams that you can build. Let me go build it real quick, because why not? Rock Troll. Let me get everything in. Rock Troll, Dark Troll, Ellie, I keep forgetting there's too many elementals in the game. Elamagrim and Infernus. Put that in there. Get our banner that we need. Dragon Soul banner. Looks so different now. I'm not used to it. And there we go. And let's get into battle. What keys should you save until next week? Event keys, and that's it. All the other ones you should just keep saving. But the only ones you actually need to spend next week are event keys. Every other key you just keep saving for now. The reason you need to spend event keys next week is for raids, as well as for all the Shentang stuff if you've been wanting to get it. That's the main reason, is for all the new Shentang. So if you want Yagwei, or if you want, I completely forget what his other name was, the other one. If you want either of those two legends from the new kingdom, definitely a really good idea to go open them next week, because that's when you'd be able to get them. Oops, that completely failed. Just gonna get some value there. Hopefully we don't miss this. Wow, actually really bad luck. Hopefully we don't miss this next one, otherwise we're kind of in trouble. We'll go move that over, get a bunch of manas, double the brown, should land with that kind of board. And now we should be able to Elamagrim to the win. Yes, we got it. Okay, that's a match. And once it gets going, we're pretty much good to go. That's pretty standard Elamagrim. And then you just throw it one more time, and that's a match. They'll also have 0 attack the entire time, pretty much. Not to mention you have stone skin, so they do even less. Not to mention you also have stun, so you can stun out annoying things up front if you need to. I used to use it a lot against Scion, so we didn't have to deal with his drain and all that kind of stuff. Feels good not to see so many Scions first slot. I haven't really been seeing many at all since the most recent patch, and if they have been, they've been on like the lower stuff, like the 1 trophies, 2 trophies. Let's see. You were thinking of taking the plunge for VIP 5? Yeah, VIP 5 is worth going for VIP chests, if you have the money. Generally what you do is get Death Knight armor, always get Death Knight armor. It's really good if you intend to play long term. Other than that, it really comes down to really what you want to spend the rest of the money on. There's a few good things out there. The main things I would say that are really good are the $5 daily gems, so you can only do that once. The growth packs are pretty nice, because they give a lot of resources instantly, as well as a mythic chance if you go for the mythic one, or a legend chance if you go for the other. Other than that, occasionally doing the seal thing for your guild is quite beneficial if your guild needs just like a little bit more seals to reach the next little area. Wait, oh yeah, you can use orbs as well. I forgot they have that option there now too. But if you do use orbs, like I mentioned earlier, always make sure to have 1,500 first. Otherwise, you're going to waste your point potential. But yeah, you can do that here, and these things are somewhat okay to get. If you're like really close, let's say we were at this, and there was a good chance that our guild would not be able to do the rest of the gap if we go and throw one of those down to make it so we can go there. If it's one of those important weeks to open up seals, to open up guild chests, it's sometimes worth going for that. But yeah, mainly I would say probably the growth packs and such. What's definitely not really worth going for or spending on gems. You should basically never buy gems in Gems of War. That seems kind of weird, but their current pricing on it is ridiculously bad compared to other stuff in the game, other than daily gems. But all these like packs here, unless you truly need it, or unless you're intent on spending thousands, these things are basically never worth getting. Yeah, just pretty much ignore them unless you're spending a lot of money on the game. Because they don't really get used for anything. There's no point in throwing them into gold, no point in throwing them into souls. You really just put them into keys, and there's other packs that already have keys that you would get at better value anyways, so no need to really go into them. Can you answer your question about the raid boss? Sure. I might not necessarily know the answer to it, though. What did you mention? Let's see. Would the cards that destroy the enemy's armor work on it? You think there is 1 or 2? I'm pretty sure that wouldn't count as damage. I'm pretty sure it would work, but I don't think that counts as damage. If so, that is really broken. Yeah, we'll have to see if that specifically does count. I would assume no, and we wouldn't even be able to test it, because since Shentang doesn't have any armor tier... Actually, no, never mind. You can use Mang on your hero. So, yeah, I guess we might have to test that then for one of our battles to see if it does work. I'm pretty sure it won't, but it's definitely worth a shot, because if it has, let's say, 200 armor, that's 200 damage instantly if you use a Mang on it. So it's worth a shot, though I have no way of knowing for sure, because there's a lot of stuff about it, which is why I haven't been talking too much about raids or invasions, because there's a lot of smaller details to it that we have absolutely no clue how it works until it actually comes around. So, yeah, we just kind of have to test it and see what happens, and just see what happens when we do. But yeah, definitely let me know if you do go and test it. I don't know if I'll be doing that initially. I don't believe we even do the boss battle till later in the week anyways. You go through like the little minier battles first, and then you work your way all the way up to the bigger boss battle by the end of the week, by like Saturday or Sunday or something. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for tonight. We'll be back in 12 hours with some redeem codes as well as for our normal morning stream. Then we'll basically just be going over a little bit more grind, kind of messing with the normal teams. No new content is coming out this Friday, though there is a small chance we might get one of the new event systems, or one of the new event things. Next Friday, we are actually getting the new, not this Friday. Actually, never mind, it's not, never mind, that's 21 days. Never mind, ignore what I just said. But 3 Fridays from now, we'll have the bounty event. Hopefully, we will have the Gnome Vault event right now, though. Though there's no way to know for sure if tomorrow will indeed be that. Basically, these events, these bounty events, and these better chance of getting Vault events will occur on Fridays and last for the entire weekend until Monday reset. Will we be getting one tomorrow? I do not know. I sure hope we do, because I want to get those Vaults already. It would be the perfect time for them to do it, so hopefully they will. They better. Please do tomorrow. If you're listening, devs, do it. Do it. But we'll have to see. Otherwise, there's no actual new content coming out tomorrow. How many event keys do you have? Only 46. We'll have like 100 on Monday or so. Or 47, actually. But yeah, not that many. And I'm probably throwing a good majority of them on Monday. There isn't anything specifically new in the drop pool, but I want to get my stuff mythicked, or at least partially mythicked, and kind of go from there. Because we'll need some of it for raids anyways, to get some better raid score. Because I do want to get those for the better orbs, of course, as well. Anyways, guys, I'm heading off for now. See you all in 12 hours for any of you that are around. I'm heading off for the night. And if there's any other questions, feel free to leave it on any of my videos, or leave it for next time on stream. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekends. Best of luck finding any gnomes if you're still trying to find those little guys. Hopefully we'll have an event tomorrow that'll make it more common, so we can actually go and finally get some keys, because barely anyone has ever even found any. And yeah, we'll just be messing around with some of the other new content that we haven't gone over too much, like mana drains I haven't really covered too much, and yeah, whatever else we happen to get around to. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming down tonight. I will see you all later, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Or I always say that on like Friday. I always count like Friday as like the start of the weekend, due to how my schedule is these days. I know for most people it's not till like the end of Friday. But anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.